money stay high. Go to YouTube for story time with Ray We say he's a great guy. Have a lot of fun telling you his life and blaze live. Stay high. I dare you tonight to like, share, and subscribe.
What is good, Vibe Gang? Welcome to Story Time with Ray. That's my jazz hands, man. Huh? Episode number 7. We're gonna have a conversation. It's something that I believe built me to be who I am. This is one of those situations. It only happens once in your life, but you know when it impacted you to the point where you were like, "That's where I got it from." You understand? Shout out! The video's up. I got it's not a raised rant. It's a apology video up in the Vibe reaction page. This is the last video that I put up there tonight. So go ahead, watch that, and it explains everything. This is back in Catholic school. Back to Catholic school, ladies and gentlemen. This is a situation that I believe changed my course in this world. I would say about 13, 14. I think it was like mainly it was going on in 8th grade. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was little shots here and there. But 8th grade, I have a teacher. I'm not going to tell you what school I went. Well, I did tell you. I had a teacher. His name is Mr. Allen. Look at my son. Look at my son. My son got excited. My son got excited. He said, "Uh-oh, here I told these stories to my son many a days. I don't think I've told him this one, but I got a lot of them. Me and this man been through hell and back in this year. So this is going to be a story time with Ray featuring Mr.A, part 1. I had this teacher, Nigerian teacher. And the class that he taught, and this was always an issue with me, but I started to be a little bit more vocal about it in about the 8th grade. The subject that he teaches is Spanish. He's Nigerian, and the language he's trying to teach me is Spanish. They didn't hear me in the back. That's what he is. So I've already had enough of his bullshit. Telling me to say words correctly. I was like, so you trying to tell me my mother and my father are wrong? You trying to tell me my mom and my dad, they don't know what the fuck they doing. They were just born speaking it. They don't know what the fuck that meant. I've used one of the words. This is why I had an issue with him. The words that he gave me to learn throughout the years. Because I had them from 5th to 8th. I had him as my Spanish teacher. And throughout those years, he has given me words. And I try to implement the words in a Dominican household. And you know what they tell me? I know it. You're not Dominican. We don't say that. That's stupid. That was my father. No. They wrong. My sister tried to explain it to my father, and I snuck in a little bit to see if she could explain it to me. She was like, "No, he's teaching him proper Spanish. The correct terminology of Spanish, not your dialect of Spanish. That's not the right Spanish." That's what my sister was a 39-year-old librarian. So I was like, no, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If I use this Spanish in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, or if I go to Dominican Republic and use this Spanish with Dominicans over there, they gonna think I'm weird. Not doing it. And half the shit he says my shit wrong. Mr.A. That's exactly how he says it. Mr.A. Why are you doing this in my classroom? Type of bullshit I gotta deal with. Anyway. It's a story within a rant. I think this is the second, third week of school when 8th grade started. I think that's the time frame because it was close to my birthday, and my birthdays usually land when we start school. So it was that close because I remember because I got some kicks and I was rocking them every day. I was styling and profiling, baby. I'm playing with them. Anyway, I walk into the classroom. All of a sudden, I feel like this man is giving me different energy. So, like I told you guys in all my videos, I'm an energy type of dude. You got to give me energy. The energy that you give me, I'm going to reciprocate. I think that was mine and his problem. We never communicated about that. He didn't know how I was. But you have to understand the energy you give me, I'm going to give you right back. So like any other day, I woke up, got ready, went to school, walked into the classroom, opened the door, walked in, and I said, "Good morning, Mr. Allen." You know what he tells me? Sit down. So I don't get a good morning back. So I know what type of energy he has today. Check. Okay. So I was like, and I started walking to my seat. I sit down. He started saying, talking about the homework that he gave us or some bullshit like that. And then I said, I think he asked a question and we're supposed to answer it in Spanish. And I forgot what the question is, but I'm going to make this part funny because I forgot what the question was. But I'm going to give you the roundabout what my answer was to him because of the energy problem that we're having. Say I wanted to go to the mailbox to go get a letter. And I said, yo voy a ir para el mailbox para ver lo que estás adentro. He said, wrong. And I said, what did I say wrong? And he said, you said an English word replacing the word mailbox. I was like, did you ever teach us the word mailbox? In Spanish, no. You know what my mailbox was? My dad bringing it up in the morning and slapping it on the fucking counter. That word has never been used in my house. Because I don't get mail, so that has nothing to do with me. You feel me? And looking back, he probably did teach us how to say it. My mom probably said it a million times. I don't worry about things that has nothing to do with me. That's including fucking mailboxes. At fucking 12 years old, I don't get mail, bro. You guys get mail about me. He don't listen, he loud, all that bullshit. That has nothing to do with me. That belt, after you read it, has to do with me. I have to focus on that problem. Fuck that problem. But it was something like that, right? And he said, are you just going to argue with me the whole day, Mr.A? And I was like, I haven't argued with you. I told you good morning, and you gave me an attitude. There was an issue between me and you off rip. I heard you tell Charlie good morning. Charlie don't even like you. Fuck you mean? I'm trying to be nice. And this is the type of bullshit I get, right? So he's like, I am done having this conversation. I am done, Mr.A. You sit down. And I do not want to hear it no more. And I said, first of all, raising voices, parents' job, not yours, buddy. And he got a little aggressive because when he told me to sit down, he stomped his hand on the table. I jumped. I ain't gonna lie. Why lie about it? I jumped a little bit. I was like, I thought he was gonna jump over that fucking table and he was gonna whoop my ass. He was a big dude. So I said, all right. I'm gonna sit down. When he leave, I'll be talking again. No, I didn't say that. So I said that, and I'm fuming because he got loud with me and shit. Like in the hood, nigga, we don't do that shit in the hood. I was in Catholic school, bro. I'm good. So that we good. Everything was fine after that. Then comes the next day. The next day, mind you, this motherfucker told my mother, because my mom worked there. He told a lady to translate to my mother that I was acting up in his class. My mom understands the problem that this man has, right? So, because I talked to her about it the day it happened. I was like, yo, he gave me attitude for no reason, and I almost slapped him. But, somebody came between us, and then they brought the cross, and when the cross came in between, we can't fight when the cross is in the room. So I stood back. And I said, I ain't going to do it because Jesus talked to me and told me not to do it. He had the devil in him that day, mama. That's what I told him. And the next day happens, right? So I go in the classroom. I don't say nothing. I'm not going to waste another good morning on this man. Not at all. And I said, I'm going to go sit down in my seat. I'm going to open my butt. I'm just going to ignore it. If he calls on me, I'm going to give him the answer, and we're going to keep our relationship professional. I don't want no problems. Cool. I sit there. He gave us homework that needed to be done. I got it done. And he came in. He was like, did your mother talk to you? He initiated the conversation. Did your mother talk to you? And I was like, yeah, I talked to my mother. And he said, so I hope things change. And now the only thing that's going to change is my ass in this class. I only got 1 year left. And you're not rocking this boat. And I stood firm. And no. Realistically, I gave him a bullshit comment, but it got me in trouble. So he sends me to Sister Marcellus' office. That's our principal. I'm sitting in her office. She's not there yet. She's probably waddling around somewhere. And then she comes, opens the door. Doom. Doom, 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 doom. Sits down in her chair. She's like, this is not the last time. There has to be the last time that I see you in my office. Why are you consistently coming into the office because of an issue in the classroom? That's how she sounded, like that bitch from fucking, what's that one movie called? Monsters, Inc. Shout out to Sister Marcella. I love you. She's a real good principal. And she was the vocal coach in our Glee club. Me. She was badass. She was badass, man. Facts. Mr. Allen wasn't. Anyway, I get in the office. She's telling me, and she asked me, and I'm telling her, and I'm like, he's been having an issue with me for years. Which was bullshit. It was just that one day. But you know how niggas exaggerate? You gotta exaggerate sometimes. And I was like, for years, he's been having an issue with me. I was just trying to be the bigger person and turn the other cheek, Sister Marcellus. I was trying to do what God did. And he came and gave me that attitude. For not uncalled for. So now he's on me. And that's fine. God is with me. I could take care of it. She sent me home for 2 days. And I got, I got suspended for 2 days. Like, I had to stay home and everything. And then when you go to Catholic school, pause the story for a second. When you go to Catholic school and you get suspended from school for no matter what amount of days in a Catholic household, you might as well said I was the one that put Jesus on the cross. They look at you as Judas. Everyone is not on your team. That's bullshit. Blood forever. No, it's not. Not when you get in trouble in Catholic school and your parents are both big Catholics. That doesn't work that way. They will disown you, son. The amount of not gives a fucks was going on. They ate dinner without calling me. They left me in the room and they ate dinner. The dinner was, I heard the play, cling, 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 cling. I heard that and I was like, what's that? Are they making music? Because nobody called me for dinner. And I opened the door, everybody sitting around the table, feasting. While I'm skin and bones in that room. There's scratch marks on my wall and fingernails off, blood everywhere. No one respects you. They don't respect your word. I think that was the downfall of me and my parents' relationship. So she sent me home for 2 days. 2 days, that's the worst. The cold shoulder was not even the word for it. It was an iceberg shoulder. Or iceberg thigh. That's bad. I go back to school. In my mind, I'm like, let's play reset real quick. I go back to school Friday. Then the weekend comes. So I only realistically have to deal with him for Friday. So I'm trying to be positive about going back to school after the whatever you want to call suspension that they gave me. And I was like, I'm gonna be positive. I'm going there positive. You want me to bring him an apple? I'll bring him a fucking apple. I was gonna try to be nice. I was in my Zen place. I get to school and going up the stairs to go to the classroom floors. My heart started beating a little fast. Started getting a little bit nervous. I pooped a little. I'm about to walk into a class of my arch nemesis. Depending how he says hello to me, it's how I know that everything's gonna either be fine or some shit's about to happen. That's where I was. The moment the truth came, my hands are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. It was vomiting in my sweater already. Stacy's spaghetti. I was nervous. I opened the door. Because they have no grease in my stories. None of my stories got no type of lubricant that you could put on these hinges. They're all rusty. I took one foot in, had backpack on one shoulder, because that's how we were rocking it back in those days. Just one shoulder Sally, that's what they called me. And I walk in. I don't know how to do steps yet. The only ones I know how to do is horses. So we're going to be using horses every time anybody walks in my story. And I walk into the classroom. You know when that moment comes that you're about to like kiss a girl for the first time, or you're about to eat something that has to do with cheese for the first time, and you're just excited about it and your heart flutters? That's what happened when he looked at me. And I was waiting for the lips to move. And he says, guess who's back? That was different energy. You use bad and good at the same time, Mr.A. Guess who's back is kind of like, oh, guess who's here? Oh, fuck. And then you smiled when you said it. Is this my first moment of witnessing sarcasm? I was confused. I didn't know how to accept it. Because you can't give me energy I've never wandered in. So I sat confused. I said hi with a mean face. I went, because I didn't know what to give him back. I sat down in my chair, lost. I didn't know what to do with life no more. And I just studied. I did my work. I was in a daze. Lunch comes. Mr. Allen that day is teaching that class, and he's also teaching, he's being a substitute for somebody else that was sick or some shit like that. Oh, they had a family, something happened with another teacher, and they were not there. So Mr. Allen came, and he had to watch us over. He was not teaching, but he was just, it's like a free period, and we were just sitting there doing shit like that around the world, throwing Pokemon cards at each other. We were doing shit like that. This class went through smooth. He didn't talk to me rarely. I rarely talked to him. If it was talking, it was like he had a question. I gave him an answer about it. Whatever the fuck it was. Comes free period. So I'm getting loose. I unbuttoned one button. And I slightly brought down my tie. By an inch. So I was letting loose. Huh? I bagged my pants down a little bit so it could show it's a little bit baggy. But you still can see my socks. It was a bad situation, bro. It was a horrible situation to be anybody to be in. So I go in there and everybody's dancing, doing the grease shit. And then we did all that. Go in there and I'm sitting in the corner, me and my boy. He turns the table around and we just fucking with our cards. We just going through the Pokemon shit. I got a new one. Fuck that nigga. I got my shit back, right? And we talking about it. Talking about the cards, having a grand old time. Mr. Allen starts walking around the classroom, making sure we ain't doing nothing stupid. Just walking around, looking at us. Okay, then he goes and he flicks it. Tell me what this means. Tell me what this means. Can you guys see it from here? You probably can see. All right, you can see my phone from here. This is my book. This is my book. That like I could flip it over like that. I'm flipping the page over when I do that, right? Okay, we're good. We're in the same page. He passes by me and my boy. I got my book open, showing my, your niggas fire, right? And then Mr. Allen goes and flips it over. Flips the book over to close it. So was that a sign? Like meet me outside or something? Like you want to throw hands? Because I tell you like I tell everybody else. I'll bite you. I'll pull. I'll grab. I'll scratch. Your eyeballs are gone, bro. Look at how big you are. And I said, yo. And he said, I hit it by mistake. I'm sorry. And I went, oh, so you think that I'm fucking stupid? Those were the exact words I said. In a Catholic school. Oh, so you think I'm fucking stupid? Were the words. And everybody at the same time, that's how you know you ain't got real friends. In life, there is no such thing as real friends. Especially in that age and in that grade. No one's friends. I said that, and I thought after I said it, I was going to get this round of applause. Like this, get him, Ray! Like Braveheart shit, right? And everybody goes, like you never said the word fuck. Yeah, I just never said it in front of a fucking teacher because y'all pussies. That's why. I didn't say that. I'm saying that now. I'm saying that now. What up? And he got in my face. He did get him up. He did pull up. He spun the block and he pulled up. And I said, pick up the book and hit him with it. That's what I said in my mind. I didn't do it, but I needed a defense mechanism. And he comes and he gets right in front of my desk. And he said, go to the principal's office now. When he said now, his eyes turned red. And it flooded. Like, I've never seen eyes, like, twitch. That's how I knew this nigga was a serial killer. Because no human being that I've ever met until that time in my life, and even after, I've never seen somebody's eyes like pulsate like that and then turn red. He was angry. You know you angry when you have white shit all over your lip in the corner. And he had mad white shit. And his lips were like, no bullshit, 180-degree desert. Dry as shit. I saw camels running across his lips. That's how dry his shit was. This man was dehydrated and pissed off, and you can't do that to a Nigerian man. I got up, grabbed my buck, I got up, and I went to the office. Sister Marcellus' dash. Didn't you just come back to school? What? Why are you here now? And Mr. Allen's in the room. And Mr. Allen says, I accidentally hit his book and says sorry. And he comes and says, do you think that I am effing stupid? I'm so dumb that in my mind, like, thank God he didn't say I said fucking. That's what I sold myself. I think you guys in school should treat it just like they treat it in jails. And you can't talk to a minor unless the parent is in the office. I think that should be, you can't be bringing people like young kids like that, because that's an intimidating moment. This lady is in front of me and she's the head of the school. And then I got this 6'1" African-American, diesel of a man right behind me talking about what I said. I was fragile in that moment. Knees were shaking. She looks at me and she says, Ray, did you say that to Mr. Allen? And then in my mind, I was like, is this the moment either you tell him, yes, I did, and take the consequences, or you lie and maybe in a day or two, it comes back to you and you get even more trouble and it becomes a big thing and then you're going to have issues. So I lied. And I said, no, I didn't. Well, I didn't know that the principal was going to go to our classroom and ask the kids if I said it or not. And that's exactly what she did. They're not cops to be interrogating a whole bunch of kids, and you parents sign for them to have the privilege to do that. If you're going to put me in a courtroom setting, you're going to have to give me the proper representation to help me out in my case. Don't call my dad because he does not believe me. I want Johnny Mama. You give me Johnny Mama and I want her on my side because she rhymes and does all that. All the kids snitched on me, and that's how you know there's no friends. I went through a lot, people. First time somebody used sarcasm towards me. First time that I was betrayed by the people that we bled and scratched and teared for 8 years together. I was betrayed by my own tribe. So I lied. So I did it. I didn't do it. He's bugging, lady. I got suspended for like about a week, and Those 2 days was nothing compared to that week. Ladies and gentlemen, it was horrible. It was horrible. That was like the worst 3-4 weeks of my life. Because this happened November, October, November, around there. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible. That's story time with Ray, guys. I appreciate you. I got another one coming tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great night, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, always know Vibe loves you. I'm out. Peace.
Get money, stay high. Go to YouTube for story time with Ray Vibe. We say he's a great guy.